today's episode about fathers and becoming fathers and fatherhood, and how we want to be better as fathers and how we want to become good fathers.
Hey, welcome to the show where stories dance and grow. We got tales from near and far. Good to ace where you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Good to eight, let's begin.
And it's actually a big thing because when you're young and you don't know what you're doing, and then you get married and then a child is there. It's not like you'll be like, I want to go to school to learn and become a father. Nobody tells you anything. Nobody teaches you
Uh,
anything. You know,
it's also your first time.
it's also your first time, and you are like, what am I doing? Am I supposed to be doing these things, or is it supposed to be? So it's a big thing. So for myself, when I became a father for the first time, uh,
Yeah.
it was it was it was it was it was a little bit scary because I didn't know a lot, but what I knew
Okay.
what I knew a little bit was I love my people, so
Hmm.
whatever needs to be done, I have to do it. So, and although it was scary, I was thinking, my first was a boy, and I was like, they'll find a way because I mean, boys will always find a way. As I had found my way here, he will be stronger than me. But as time went on, I was like, I think I need to impart some
Uh,
knowledge a little bit at a time,
you,
quickly, you know. Yeah,
you know what I was not ready for,
yeah,
generally as a parent, is the way you just start retweeting your parents'
yeah.
phrases.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Like sometimes I
Ah.
catch myself saying stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds like mom.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
It's
Do I
it's
want to be that guy
am I
though?
am I am I am I gonna move that way, or am I gonna it's I think I should follow
But
mom's
yeah,
way
but
or
it
dad's
kind of
way.
it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense because I mean that's the only blueprint you have in your head, and
Yeah.
like you said, we don't get to go to school for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's really funny. Or now there's this thing I'm observing. Ekuti, you know you have friends
Yeah.
who have a trait about their dad they
Mm.
hated,
Yeah.
and slowly or slowly they start turning into that guy without even them realizing it. And then
Yeah.
you're like, ah, is this
How
the part
do
we
I
tell you?
how do I tell you that you are the same guy? It's
Yeah, yeah,
it's
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 weird.
crazy.
I looked at my second son, and I was like, this guy is he's just me. I can kind of
Literally
see
me.
them think, like I can kind of see them think that they are gonna be doing this, like before they even do anything. I'm like, oh no, uh-uh.
I,
You're
I
not
know what
doing.
you're
You're
about to
not
do.
doing that. I already know what they're doing. And then this other day, my he said, Dad, do you know everything? And I was like, why?
Like,
As you
yeah,
know, how do you
kind of
know that
close,
I'm going to
sort
do
of.
this before you even your back is you've turned your back on me, but you know what I'm doing. How do you know? And then I'm like, I have eyes everywhere.
In the back. Oh yeah, shout out. I like your hat. It's such a dad hat.
Thank you very. I'm becoming. Yes, I'm becoming. Yeah, I'm
You're
planning
stepping
to
into it.
becoming a guy. That guy, the guy who be like,
Mm.
Munonetsa. Yeah,
Back in our day.
back in our day, that guy is exactly. We used to walk. We used to walk 10 kilometers to go and get a loaf of bread. You boys, you just Uber
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah. So soft.
lazy boys, soft boys. That guy, yeah. I'm becoming that guy.
Okay. Let's get like a bit deep.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you think you growing up relatively without a father affected you in terms of life in general, finding your way in this world?
For me, it was pretty hard because I remember the day dad died, and for me, I didn't cry or anything, or it was just reality. Oh, he's gone. And then the following years were just. I will tell you one thing. I never uh, grieved for my dad until I grew up. Until I had a son. That's when I was like,
Really?
that's when then that's when I actually shedded tears for the guy. But
The weight of it all.
yeah, but luckily for me, enough he had imparted a lot of stuff in me. Like I wasn't listening actively, but when I started remembering him, it became like I actually need to choose a little bit of a focused path, a little bit. Because the things he always said, there was this saying he always said, a groat a day, a penny a year. It was something he always said, but we didn't understand what he was saying. It was like, "Ah, what are you saying?"
Like, dude,
imagine telling
what is that?
a 10-year or 5-year old that state will be like, okay, a groat a day, a penny a year. But I didn't understand what he was saying.
What's a growth?
I didn't even know. Right now, I think I have an idea. It's
Yeah,
savings, right?
it's
He was trying to
I
tell
think
you
it's a smaller unit of
of a
money, I
penny.
guess.
Yeah, there's a penny, right? 1 cent, but there's a smaller value of money below a cent. That's a groat.
Yeah,
So it was like a
yeah.
groat a day, a penny a year. And then you always say procrastination is the thief of time.
It's a thief of time.
And I'm like, dude, you're killing me. Yeah. But now I think of it and I'm like,
Birds of a
I, th-
feather.
I think this guy was trying to mold me in a way that is going to make me better. But unfortunately, he wasn't there for that. But fortunately enough, we had a strong-willed mom, and she she's just amazing. She's just amazing.
Oh,
She's
oh.
one. If you know one of those people that are uh, what do you say the name? I'm forgetting the. She doesn't stop. She just keeps going. If she's
Persistence.
persistent, she's a persistent person. She doesn't give up. I don't. I was happy when I saw Aiden say never give up. He was 5 years old. He was trying to get out of a ditch. You remember when we dug up the place and tried to put fish ponds and stuff. He was in there and he was trying to go
Oh,
out.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and he was
I was
eh,
now, yeah.
yeah, and he was trying to get out, and it was a little bit steep, and he was like, never give up. And I was like, oh, that's my boy. I was proud as a father, but I didn't tell him.
Proud that moment.
Yeah, but I didn't tell him. I was like, look to the side,
Why
walk
is that?
away. Well, because if you tell them they are doing good right, and they're going to be egotistic, in it's
What they'll stop doing good.
yeah, they have a big head and all that. You should just look and say, yes,
You,
that's how it is.
you know, so last weekend, I was at this uh church retreat for men,
Yeah,
and there was this guy, relatively young, like early 20s.
Yep.
Instead of uni, he did the whole articles thing and is doing accounts and really doing well in the whole thing.
Okay.
And he was saying his dad was never around, but basically was providing, like super provider, right?
Yeah.
But he was never around.
Yeah.
And the guy has been promoted, I mean, for the second time in, I don't know, in his career but it's been 6 months and he can't get to tell his dad the news because they're not that tight. And
You
he
know,
doesn't want to be in a position where you tell him and then you're waiting for this
yeah.
moment where he's like, you're doing great,
One
or
thing I think,
and then it never comes.
I think me having a dad that died is actually better. Not to say that I wish him to be dead, but it's actually better to
No,
have a dad, not an alive dad, than to have a dad that is there providing and all rich and all that, but not there. Because I mean, if you don't, you're even worse because you know the guy is there, but you never see him.
ish.
And
Or okay. At least if it's providing, it's better. Imagine that situation where he just forgets about you guys and starts another life with some other woman, and then there you are. Uh, you see your half siblings li living it up on social media or something.
see, there's actually a guy I know. He's very bitter about that, and I think it actually it stopped him from achieving a lot of stuff. He has a lot of potential, but
Mhm.
he keeps talking about his dad. My dad is that, my dad is that, my dad is that, but he never talks to me. But
And you're like,
he
dude,
has
you're
another
almost
family.
40.
He has another family. He has a, but I try to tell him, dude, he's not.
You're
Just move
almost
on.
40.
Yeah, you're almost. I mean, just live and just live your life. Uh, and so, but
Uh,
at some point,
yeah.
I mean, that's where I was like, I'm lucky. Not, I'm not lucky that
No,
he died, but
it's
I'm lucky that he's 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 here. He's not
he
here.
wasn't he wasn't there to
Yeah,
scar you
yeah.
in a sense, I guess.
So
Because I actually have a friend who I had to give the advice. y- Yeguti, let's pretend he died
yeah,
so that you can get closure because it was really that bad.
yeah,
But okay, for me, in my experience, growing up without a father as a man is a bit hectic
yeah,
because, well, in my experience, there are a lot of things I had to learn firsthand or after losing my way,
yeah,
so to speak, um, because there wasn't that that structure. Like as much as we had a strong mom and all that,
yeah,
um, what I find is there's this level of I don't know how to. Okay, there's this level of stability and direction that fathers can provide, especially to teenage boys,
yeah,
that a mother kind of struggles to find. Because for her, it's also a bit foreign.
yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
I
I,
remember there's a to song by Tupac. It says it says like as a woman it's not easy to raise a man. Chi 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 chi, dear mama, I think.
yeah,
And I think like a bit like you. Okay, for me it was earlier, but I realized that I needed a father at 21.
imagine
At
that.
21, because
Imagine that.
my life was just all over the place.
uh,
Trying to figure out a career,
yeah.
trying to figure out what to do, and then you can tell
And
that your mom is out of ideas.
mom will always say tragaibas. So tragaibas adiga, it's a
Get a
good
job.
it's a good thing. Get a job. It's good. But
Of course.
me as a dad, I would not say tragaibas. I would say not say she did something wrong, which is she did great. I'm right here. I mean, but as a dad, you need to be like, all right, what you as a dad, you're always watching, right? Me, I'm always watching. I'm watching. My boys, what are they developing into? What are they not very good at? What are they doing? And then I'm gonna say, okay, what are you planning in your life? What, tell me something. Tell me a bit of what you're thinking. What is success to you? We sit down and we talk about this, and then we see if are you gonna need a job, or are you past needing a job, or are you where which stage are you? I feel like dads do that, but even though sometimes they may say something, but it goes out of the window. But I think dads do that. They'll be like watching from the way since you were a child and all that. So when you get to a
Well,
career choice, it'll be like, okay, I think you need to try and have you tried to do this one, or try to do this one because you've been watching. That's what I think I would do.
well,
Eh,
let's say a present father. Because I know some
Okay,
people didn't
present
get
father.
to stay home until COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a present father does that. I think that's what I think we should strive to be like that. Yeah, to be
Yeah,
present.
yeah. Be
Even if you
proactive.
don't know anything, let me tell you something. Even if you don't know anything, you are dumb as a knob. I don't know, whatever, a
Box of
doorknob,
nails,
a box of names. You
box
you
of rocks.
you are just dumb. Just be there. It's simple. As when he or she goes to school, just be there. When he or she is failing in something, just be there. Don't tell them what to do or anything, even because you don't know. When they are succeeding, just be there, because that as a father is like, at least if he's failing in life, you can be the guy to blame. Let me just, okay, blame me then. I didn't give you enough money to go to college, so at least blame me for now until you get to a stage where you'll be like, oh, it was me.
This
Okay.
this this life
Yeah,
thing is actually hard.
it is hard. Yeah. So just
Yeah,
one
you
thing.
get to grow up and then you realize, okay, they were actually doing their best.
Yeah, and then you start
Uh,
to discover.
yeah, but also to touch on that point, regardless of whether you're the father or the mother, I think as a parent, especially today, it's important to try to have future-facing vision
Yeah.
and help guide your children to tackle tomorrow's problems, today and tomorrow's problems. Uh, yeah, because where we find ourselves most of the time, especially our generation, is we're very equipped to deal with problems that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I can ask you how many what the parts of an insect are, and you'd be
I
able
don't
to
know.
recite them.
I don't know. I think there's a
Head,
stomach or
thorax,
something.
abdomen. You
Yeah,
don't know those things.
I, 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 ah. I never
Yeah,
use
yeah.
them. I
So
mean, I know there's a
yeah,
hat.
yeah.
I mean,
Like
I would, but
okay,
I don't care about those things.
okay, I'm
Yeah,
guilty.
yeah.
I know I remember stuff from primary school and I'm like,
Well,
why do I know this at 30 something?
you
And I've never used it in real life. And yeah, but the point is now it's no longer about having facts in your head because now the world we live in, we can look up facts at
yeah,
any second if we need to. But what's lacking is application or
application. Yeah,
critical thinking,
exactly.
uh,
How to
problem
use
solving.
the information you have to
Yeah,
do
because
whatever
we
you
have a
want to do.
lot of
Yeah,
graduates who can't do anything.
yeah. But in the term of in the terms of being a dad, I think this is something that we need to talk about with young boys because they're gonna be the dads, and if they are not gonna be good dads, we we're gonna be in trouble. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of troubles. So for the guys that are coming, what do you think they should know going in as a dad? Because we never got anybody to tell us as a dad you need to be doing this. Oh, as an African man, you probably have one or two people who tell you this or that, uncles and all that. But it's kind of
Mhm.
fading away right now, even in terms of women. They used to do all sorts of stuff, go to aunties and all that. But these days, it doesn't happen. But for men right now, uh, because the information is not being handed down as much as we used to, what do you think as a man, as a boy, as a young man who's becoming a father, what do they need to know? One or two things that will be like, I think, yeah, you need to know this. You need to know this.
Ah, okay. Off the top of my head, I would say know that a lot of it's a huge responsibility. Uh, but like you said, there's no substitute for presence.
Don't scare
You
them. Don't
can
scare them away.
no,
Because
no, I mean,
I
hey,
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You can
but
continue.
here's the truth about the truth of the matter is
Yeah.
it is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember the first time I held my daughter.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, this person is asleep right now, has no idea who I am, but literally depends on me for everything. Right. So that's the responsibility.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful when you see when you're playing your role and you start seeing these things blossom in someone and you're like, ah, you can recognize a trait and you're like, ah, that is me playing out right there.
Yeah.
Um, uh, like you were saying, you know what your son is about to do because you can tell, you can kind of feel, you can kind of see
Where they're
them
going.
think, and,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know, ah, they're definitely about to do XYZ.
Exactly.
But uh, there's no substitute for presence. We, as in being present, we
Yeah.
like to think of ourselves as just providers,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of studies that show that um, when the kids grow up and you're in the house, they
Yeah.
are less likely to get into trouble because you're there and
Yeah.
there's that structure. Um, if you look at most societies without fathers, the boys especially end up in gangs,
Yeah.
getting in jail, they
Yeah.
do drugs,
Yeah.
etc. There's also, you know, uh, some stuff with the girls, but I haven't really gotten into much of that.
Yeah.
But if you're present, you're able to do what's best for your family.
Yeah. Presence. It's a big thing. I have.
And don't oh yeah,
Yeah.
one more thing. Don't just be the guy who says something when there's something wrong. You can you can be affirming,
Yeah.
not just be the guy that tears down stuff.
Oh, that's
Um,
actually a good point because I've seen this interview with Jordan Peterson. If you know him, I know you
yeah,
know him.
yeah.
He said one he had this class of students when they came in. He did kind of an experiment. So he handed out the an assignment, and when it came back, he was doing the checking and all that stuff, and he would you marking and all that stuff, and where there are some
Yeah.
points where they will be like they will be just copying and just mumbling and writing rubbish, and then there's some point where they would
Fill
be
up the
like
page.
they would at least think, excuse me, they would in one point they would actually uh, go deep into the topic and actually put an effort, okay, and
Uh-huh.
outline stuff from their head. They would actually think about stuff, and then on that point you would mark it up and say, you did think this is good, like I've seen you, and I am going to acknowledge that this is the part you did good. And the following time you would send out an assignment, it becomes
Uh-huh.
better and better and better, and you still
They
say
start
something like,
thinking
"This
more
is
and
good."
more.
So he was saying, what you need to do is, even to yourself, you'll be like,
Uh,
when you actually really try, or somebody tries, you'll be like, I caught you, you did good right there. I'm like, I nakubata uchifunga. Uri
affirm
kugona. You did good.
affirm the positive.
Yeah, exactly. Not just affirm, but be excited about it. This is really good, like something like that. So I
Yeah.
think I, I was trying to do that, but sometimes it gets away. You need to,
Yeah, it's not a
yeah,
natural thing,
yeah,
especially where we come from.
exactly. Yeah, affirming the good things. See, it's like we
Yeah,
already know that you're supposed to be doing the good thing. So
exactly.
yeah,
And because it's expected,
yeah,
then it's ignored.
yeah,
But what that ends up doing is more harm than good.
yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. I'm actually trying to become better in noticing the. Well, I notice it, but I'm trying to say
Verbalizing.
it even to myself and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be like, I used to be like, okay, yeah. Just like I'm like, yeah. You need to say it out loud. The good stuff. That's really good.
Or
You did
then you
good.
catch yourself about to give the compliment and you're like,
You can.
mm-mm,
Oh, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. No
don't lose it
compliments
now.
here. We don't do that. We don't do that. Come back. Okay, okay, okay. Chill, boy. Chill.
Ah, yeah.
But now I'm
Yeah,
I'm
but
I'm trying to let it out a little bit. Not too much, but just like a dad, you need to be, you know.
but
Yeah.
there's one thing I'm still trying to figure out. Mm, I know we've just outlined the importance of being available as a father, right?
Yeah.
But eh, is it not a modern expectation? Because I'm thinking about the way our fathers grew up,
Yeah.
maybe with uh, okay, being in Africa and in a rural setting
Mm.
where maybe your mother is the only one who's there and your dad is in some remote town and then they visit you maybe
Once in a
four
while.
times a year or something. And I don't know, can we say they turned out all right?
Uh, okay. In a way, they turned out all right. But this is the thing: in a rural setting, the way they grew up is we kind of experienced it a little bit, but we
Mhm.
didn't have a full experience as it were. But what
Okay.
what what would happen is when your dad is not around, there's actually a man somewhere around who is in charge of you. Even if you don't know
Oh,
that, there's always a guy who is in charge of you, walking
like
about
it
being the
takes a
dad.
village.
Yeah, it takes a village, exactly. So the way they grew up is was like literally it took a village, and it was like these
Yeah,
arms
you're
is
you're
your
everybody's
dad's
kid.
brother, exactly. If you're a kid, you're everybody's kid. If you're doing something wrong, or you're gonna get a whooping somewhere anyway. you know
And
it's
and if you tell your immediate parent,
you're gonna
then
get
you're getting
another
a
one.
whooping again.
Yeah, so it was a village thing. So
It worked because it was collective parenting.
exactly, so it made sense. You wouldn't be like really off the rails for too long for that. But
Without
now,
someone noticing.
yeah, now nobody can tell your child anything because they'll be like, or even you'll be like, don't tell my children how to. So it's become, let's
Yeah.
just, those the three boys, their dad will tell him, no, don't touch, just, yeah, hands off.
And these guys know exactly what time their dad is going
It's
to be around.
exactly, and they
So the
know,
rest of the time they can do whatever and no one has a
yeah.
say.
But I think, even if the kids would know that, because one thing I know about kids is they are studying you, they know you more than probably you know yourself. They are
It's their only
watching you.
job.
That's their only job.
It's their only job.
But this is the thing. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of the thing where mom says, I'm going to call your father? It's you don't want anybody to
Yeah.
call your father. So
Yeah.
it's not that, I feel like dad should be a little bit scary. It's some
Yeah.
level he should be scary. You'll be like, I don't know. Ooh, if you
Okay.
tell dad, I'm an no.
Or let's put it another way. In
Yeah.
charge of discipline.
Yeah, in charge of discipline. But so dad is like, you don't want your mischief to be known by dad. You don't want that. So you
Yeah.
need to set up the system to be like that as a dad. Don't know how you do it. You gotta research about it and see how you do it in the modern way, in the way we are doing it right now. But at some
No,
point, you'll be like,
uh,
your child should be like,
confirm
ah,
confirm there's like pressure as a husband
yeah.
when you hear your wife say, "Ah, I can't handle these kids. Go to your father." And then it's like, okay, now I have to do something.
And now I have to do something. I
Now,
mean,
now, now
now you
now
just
you've
calling
made
for
my
it.
wife
I
mad.
mean,
Like, okay, now,
exactly. Yeah,
now I can't just,
yeah,
now I can't just ignore this whole situation.
exactly. But I think I've made it. I've kind of put it across to my kids that don't bother mom when I'm around, especially when I'm around. You don't no, don't mess with my wife. You gotta have yours,
Yeah,
or I don't. She's mine to mess with. I'm the one who's only allowed to, yeah, to make her angry.
No,
You,
not you guys.
not you are. You are not allowed to make her angry. No, it's
Okay.
you're sleeping in the doghouse outside or something, or you're
Yeah.
gonna do the dishes. Oh yeah, or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't mess with my wife. I don't care who you are. So
Nah, nah, I
yeah,
get you. I
so
get you. Because it's
it
pressure.
yeah, it's kind of pressure of like okay, I was watching my television or
But
something.
yeah, yeah.
Now I
I
have
had
to
no
bring out
idea
the
what's
big
going on.
guns. uh,
Now I have to do something about it.
Women put us in is difficult situations. I mean,
Yeah, but yeah, fun
uh,
times, fun times.
yeah, it's fun times. I like it. I like it. But one thing I think guys who are coming into this fatherhood thing should know. First of all, don't be scared about anything. It's a part of life of being a dad. I see a lot of people like, children. I don't want to have children. Why? Okay, that's fine. If you make that decision, all right, that's fine. But if you make the decision to have children, as I usually say, is you need to be emotionally balanced. You need to, because sometimes it's you are forgotten. Sometimes you're forgotten, and you need to be like, okay, uh, my children right now are taking precedence in terms of your wife. Firstly,
Ooh,
you are
I
forgotten
was,
by your wife. When you get you don't matter. That's the first thing.
oh yeah, okay.
You're put to the
I
side
remember the
first.
first time I went through
Yeah,
that.
you'll be like, Wana, I need to take care of the baby. I need to take care of the baby, and
No, okay,
you'll be like,
okay. That one is okay.
yeah,
The part that I found funny was how she would feel like she's the only one equipped to handle this new thing.
exactly. Dude, I'm right there. I'm right
I
here.
love you, babe. Okay,
Yeah,
just so you know.
yeah. Yes. Mwah. Anyway, but I mean, it's
Yeah, so you're gonna be forgotten.
you're gonna be forgotten at some point. You're put to the side, but doesn't mean you're not loved. There's something new.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's just kind of overwhelmed as
yeah.
well because
So
there are a lot of things going on over there.
exactly. Even for the children, sometimes they forget you and go to your mom, to their mom, like you're not there. But I mean, it's something that happens. But you for yourself, you need to be able to know, they are all my tribe. I am I'm the dad. I'm gonna take care of everybody, whether they see me or they don't see me. You know.
Yeah, I like putting it this way, like dads or men are like salt.
That's the one.
You
That's the
don't,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't realize how important it is until
There's none
it's
of it.
not there
Yeah.
most of the time. So if you can understand that, then you're not in a position to, yeah, cry for
And
attention if we can put it like that.
yeah.
But
One
you
minute.
don't treat it as neglect.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Okay, done. Um, with the point here, with your dads are like salt,
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all right.
and you shouldn't treat it like neglect. Like you said, you need to be emotionally balanced to realize that there are a lot of things going on.
Exactly.
So don't hold it against anyone. But yeah, nothing beats communication, especially with your wife.
Yeah. That's a big thing because communication is even this will sound a little bit weird, but even to yourself, you need to tell yourself stuff like don't worry about that, or you need to communicate to your wife or even your children. If you if you don't communicate effectively, it's gonna be a terrible household because every time you need to kind of communicate your expectations, especially to
The
to your
vision.
children or to your vision, because as a dad you kind of like not you kind of like you are the guy with the vision of the family, so you need to to
Yeah,
tell them where we are
uh,
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
So
that kind of causes a lot of conflict most of the time because you're living in the future,
mhm,
and if you don't communicate well, then some of your actions, present day actions, don't make sense to everyone else.
exactly,
Um,
definitely, definitely.
which makes it hard for everyone to understand what's happening.
Yeah. So that's a really big thing. Effective communication. I keep telling myself that I need to learn to communicate better to to my wife so that she understands where where I'm coming from when I'm saying, because usually I'll be like, we we're not using the car today. How? But sometimes I'll be
Why?
like, I've already gone through the conversation with myself, right? And then I'll be like, this is the
Then you
important stuff.
forgot
And then,
to update everyone.
exactly. So I'm like, we're not using the car today. What are you talking about? I forgot to say, ah, so the appointment was
You give them the
today. It
whole
needs to
the whole
be,
background.
yes, repaired and all that stuff. We need to do this and that. But I forget that I would have gone through the conversation in my head. I'm like, so it's not gonna be used today. So it's just not gonna be used today.
I
You know?
mean, everyone kind of knows, right?
Yeah. So don't assume stuff. Don't assume people know whatever you are
Assumptions,
thinking.
assumptions.
Assumptions are very dangerous. You need to communicate, yeah, effectively.
Mm. Okay, that's good.
That's a lot of stuff for people to learn. I think this we need to talk more about being a father, and we need to kind of really break it down, like before father, before being a father, and just after being a father, and then going forward, because I think there's a lot of information that we're missing here, and I feel like we need to kind of drill down on, especially on the things about uh, when the children come. What do you need to be doing when the children come? Because you need to learn this stuff before they come. That would be better, and don't be like us. We learned through
On the job.
on the job, which is good, but sometimes you make a lot of mistakes and all that. That causes a lot of hurt and all that stuff. And so if you
Oh, that
know,
that's Pete. He was dropped as a baby.
yeah, please, those things. So I feel like the men that are coming in, the young men that are coming in, need to know this before they go in and be dads, not to scare them off. Of which I don't think they're scared or anything, but they need to know stuff before they start being dads. Kind of like preparation for uh, fatherhood, something like that. We should make it a series or something like that. I think, you know.
Mm,
What do you think?
okay. Yeah, of course, there's a lot. Okay. I'm definitely kind of new to this whole thing, and I'm learning a lot. And yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. And we can't cover everything,
No,
yeah,
in
in
1 day. But one
in one
one
day.
one last
Uh,
thing, oh, maybe not one last thing, but one thing I want to say that no one ever told me. I haven't seen it anywhere
uh,
yet, but it's fathers need an escape. They need they need something that they can just go and do on their own, like just somewhere or even at home. But you need
but that
time
is
for
something that doesn't
yourself.
involve
That doesn't
anyone else.
involve the family. That doesn't involve anybody. Just you and your stuff or something like that. So
Mm,
I feel like
okay.
it is very important. It kind of gives you the balance of stuff of everything. You'll be like, yes, I'm doing this for my family, this for my family. Because let me be honest, I'm doing everything for my family. Everything I'm doing for my family. But this one thing I'm
Yeah,
doing, it's just
I
me.
understand what you
I'm
mean.
doing this for me. So like that's something that you need to have, I think, as a man, as a father. You need to take yourself out a little bit and do that, and then come back, you'll be like, time for the family,
Um,
you know.
Preferably a healthy habit.
Yeah, we obviously a healthy habit. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
but
alcohol. I'm not talking
I
about
can
drinking a lot of
I can
alcohol. No.
relate to what you're saying because I recently had the experience of, my wife asked me what I wanted
Yeah.
as a gift
Oh, that's a very
or for my
difficult thing.
birthday.
I
And
mean,
then I realized everything on my wish list right now has something to do with everyone else.
yeah,
And there's literally nothing for me because, you know, all my
yeah,
all my goals are for the betterment of everyone else,
yeah.
or myself included, but more for, you know,
That's why
the attainment of our vision.
that's why we get socks at our birthdays. Because we don't really have anything that we be like, I'll be like, I love the socks and underpants, you know. That's
No,
all we
no,
need.
no, no guy has ever said
Uh,
that.
no,
Never. It's
socks, yes,
maybe you
socks.
don't have socks and underwear, but you never think, ah, I actually want
No,
socks.
no, you
Nah.
never. You never think I want them, but you'll be like,
Yeah, but
that's the
but here's the thing.
present that
If
you'll be
we
like,
ask you what you want, you're
if
gonna tell us, yeah, I want a bigger house. And then now what am I gonna do with
no,
it?
see, that's the thing. I can't tell you that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say, I want a bigger house. I want a better car. I want no. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
socks will be good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I mean
yeah.
that farm looked really
And,
nice.
you can. I mean, so yeah, socks
Yeah, so
easy.
it's one of those.
Yeah,
But
anybody
okay.
can get me socks, and I'll always use them. That's good. Yeah,
But yeah, we usually think of the big things and always forget the details. But maybe in closing,
yeah.
let's go into, let's say your son were to watch this as they were about to be a dad. What message would you leave them?
That's a that's the thing that you see. Well, my son, I'll tell him, eh, it's a being a dad is all about sacrifice. It's a, it's an explan. It's a what do you call it? It's an expression of
D- Dying to self.
yeah. You first of all, you have to be what can I say? It's a sacrifice thing. You are going to sacrifice all of you for your family. Everything. Like There's no
Yeah.
part of yourself,
Yeah.
of your life, or anything that you don't sacrifice for your life, for your family. You go all in
Yeah.
for your family.
Yeah.
If I'm betting, who do you want to say it's I'm everything. I'm putting everything. That's that's uh
Hmm.
that's what I would tell him, because and after that I would say, so when you're betting on something that you're saying you're going all in, and you have control of how it's going to look, you you better work hard for that to look very good, because you're gonna bet all of yourself in that.
In that thing.
So first of all, yeah, it's a long thing. Choose wisely. Choose your woman wisely, because if she's not the right one, I mean, you're dead, because you're
Signing up for
betting on that.
trouble.
You're being say, yeah. So actually a really big thing. Choose your. This is how you choose your family. You choose your wife wisely. That's what you do. There's nothing to
Hmm.
it. Choose your wife wisely, and if you choose your wife wisely and then you resonate, then you're done. And then you are betting everything on what she's going to bring out. You and your wife. You and your wife. You and it's not you versus your wife. It's just the both of you. Even in finances, everything. It's our money. It's our house. It's
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
our
It's a partnership
everything is ours.
in every sense of the word.
Yeah. So those are the words you use to talk about the things that you have in your life. It's ours. That's all I
Hmm.
would say. Yeah. I said a lot of things though.
Well, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. For me, I would add um, in the event that I'm not there,
Mm,
everyone or they should remember that um, God is their best father. Like,
yeah.
yeah, you find, I think Psalm 68 says he's a father to the fatherless
Yeah.
and protector of widows. So
Find God.
I think, yeah, find God, or hopefully they won't have to find God
Yeah,
because they
because
already have a good relationship
because
with
I
Him.
would have done a good job by showing them where God is. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because yeah, like going back into my own life, there are a lot of narrow escapes and things that could have gone really bad.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because God was in there somewhere,
Yeah.
you know, you didn't fall into that pit and all that. And when you look back now, there are some things you look back now and your heart starts to race like, how and why was I even in that situation?
And how did I get out of that situation? How am
Yeah,
I
but
here? I mean,
yeah. So there's
how
that,
how
but
am I
but
here?
it's it's a sacrifice that is really. I heard someone saying you don't really love someone until you start staying with them. Like the way they put it was
Yeah.
until you are married to someone,
Hmm.
you don't really know what love is because before when you meet up with your girlfriend and she's just there, it's
Yeah.
it's always the pretty parts,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
It's always the pretty parts, obviously.
Yeah, when conversations get too heated, she gets to go home and
Yeah.
then you're also at your
That's
own house and all that.
yeah.
But when it's now commitment full time,
Yeah.
that's when you
A
can say,
commitment.
yeah, I
A commitment.
that's when you can say, yeah, I really love these people because
You
you're
keep going
there
back. You'll
in
be
at
like,
their best, at their worst.
yeah.
There's nothing you do that isn't for them. and everything you do affects them. So it's it's a really it's an expression of love. It's the highest expression of love you ever get to participate in.
Yeah, that's very true, because even when you read the Bible and you listen about God's love, and in that you'll be like, ah, so he is
There are so
God.
many parallels, right?
He would leave 99 sheep to go find the one, and that's you. You're lost, right? You leave the
Yeah,
99
being
and then go
being about
find
your business
go find you in the shits. You are deep in the whatever, and then be like, dude,
because you thought you were really smart.
yeah, we need to go. It's time to go home. It's like it gives me the
Yeah,
impression of a dad, of a father. He'd be like, even if even if my child is in the war zone, I'm like, I'm going to get her. I'll find a way.
yeah,
I will die trying to get wherever she is, to bring her
yeah,
back home.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
Because nothing else matters.
nothing else matters. It's the sacrifice. I mean, it's you're giving yourself. You're giving yourself to some
Your
other
family.
people,
Yeah,
a bunch of people. Some of them, they don't even know you. And the funny thing is,
yeah,
it's unfortunately sometimes it's some of them are not even part of you sometimes, but you give yourself to them anyway. So being a father, it doesn't matter whether they are your biological children or not, or whatever. You are giving yourself, every bit of yourself, to them. And I mean, you can't even, if you can't even think about anything else. As you were saying, you'll be like, ah, well, what do you want? What I want? I want my children to go to a private school. I want my children. That's what you're thinking in your head. If you say, what do you want? I want my
yeah,
children to be
yeah.
like that. I
That,
want
that
my
that's
I
your
want
wish
my I
list.
want my family to be like. I want my family to be living there. I want my. You're not thinking
Yeah,
about, I want to be bowling in the what? No,
yeah.
that those thoughts
That's
are out of
so
there.
over.
Yeah,
That's so over.
it's over. If you're dead, it's over anyway. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for this, uncle.
Ah,
We
that
should
thank you,
we
and
should.
helping me set up. Hey, it's always a pain,
It's always a pain. I don't know why. Even
but
me,
I'll
it's
get the
always a
hang of
pain.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Even me, so today it was a pain because I had not done this for a long time. Yeah, so I was like, how does
Yeah, we
this?
we need to we need to stay a bit consistent, I think.
Yeah, but I
Definitely.
wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Something you talked about, which which might or might not get into the podcast.